I need to wake her up?
I couldn't really pick her up, you know. I guess I could have.
Is she fine, or do I need to move her? Okay.
I mean, it is long piece, who knows, right?
Yeah. Pick her.
I mean, personally, a kid isn't what I'd want to steal, but, you know, people care.
Well, somebody else.
Someone else definitely.
Not you or me or anyone.
I'd return it real quick.
This fucking pair, dude. Wait. Yeah, what's up, kids?
No, I got them in envelopes, so you guys can split it with your teams.
I did start and then brought my action.
As long as you double it, you're okay.
You guys finished fifth.
I'll stake you. I already made money this morning.
Split that with your partner. Gary?
Let's talk about
Hey, Gary.
Yeah. Can't just wait 10 minutes, 20 minutes for a fucking check.
Shane, you guys finished sixth. You guys got 300 each, so 600 total there, so split it up.
Ryan wants to get his arm fixed.
Huh?
Those are pretty good.
It's like $10 deduction. No?
Gary. It's $250 each. So, who are you bowling? You guys are bowling Tuholski, so they've taken their shots? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Great, you guys good?
What?
Chris just ran out of half.
What's the forfeit next match?
There you go.
Alright, moving into our stepladder finals where we have Chris and Craig Tuholski versus maybe. You're bowling. Yeah, you're gonna bowl a whole game on the right lane, and then switch on. If you want to start on the right lane, if you want to start on the left, okay. So you're gonna bowl your whole game on the right lane.
Yeah, we're just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't be erased it too.
No.
No, I was talking with Kathy and Shaw. They're filming.
All right, welcome to our 2-game Baker stepladder doubles finals. Each team will bowl 1 Baker game on each lane. The Tuholskis have elected to start bowling their game on the right lane first. So Chris and Craig started off with a double and then an 8 count. Jake and Ryan started off open, strike, and then 7 count for Ryan. And Craig only gets 1 on the spare. So this is a 2-game total pins Baker match. And Ryan makes a spare. Chris at the strike in the 4th frame. Let's go ahead and get the scoreboard on here for you. Sorry about that. There's a little scoreboard for us. Follow along the action and scoring on the screen.
Oh, they were not. So spicy.
My ball speed was too fast, and if I played right, it was my ball was too forward. So like I couldn't get the ball to do anything. Like it was on this part, and I could not hear it. I don't know who bowled on 23 this I could. My ball had landed in my lap.
This weekend is the 50th
Yeah, I had him flip
anniversary
him over. So,
of my first OBA tournament.
is it really?
So I figured
Are your scores right?
Yeah, we fixed them.
No, I think that's a cool 50th anniversary. I think that's cool.
I just like you doing yesterday. I did have to script the approach and slow down to get my shape.
Yeah, I was
It was
wondering.
hard for me.
I actually want to know the exact date that we started.
Not good enough.
60 plus years.
it was in the 60s.
Thank you, man.
The first tournament I bowled was in April of 75.
I was hilarious. So we were up there cheering on
Martin Lee won.
Jared?
I'm just fucking seeing right hand. On Tim, dude. Cheer on the right hand around you.
Yeah, I wish we could have pressure.
Cheer on the left.
Just take everything.
Why? We're nice.
Cheer on
Just
Don't hate on us. You're hating. You're hating. You're drinking the haterade.
No, we're just not gonna cheer on left hand. It's just not gonna
I
happen.
didn't do your choice. This game is ours. If I was right-handed, you would never see me at RBAs. I'd be an RTP queen. Titles.
Sorry.
You should be. Paul did not accept it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Paul did not accept it.
I don't care if it's accepted or not. Because it was hilarious the entire time.
You're so
Standing right behind him.
But we just funny that he was So he was like 4 years after just like during qualifying, like the first year, and every game he would come in and get a beer. So my stepdaughter, and then Ryan comes up and goes, "Hey, you want a shot?" She's like,
No. So it's Ryan's fault that he got over the edge. Way to go, Ryan.
so that would have been
Fireball.
So that would have been
He was going to
like 11, 12.
Jeez.
He was slurring.
That sounds about right.
This morning I was in the parking lot and they rolled up. I was like, you know how I feel like rain. I feel Question.
They could probably hold it.
Gobbler. Okay, where's Huntley?
That was obvious after yesterday. All right, I'll get back with you here. We got updating the scores. Was
Nice shot, Chris. It's a lot better than the second shot.
all right. So we have Jacob on the left lane on lane 23, working on a triple, and now working on a 4-bagger. Gives him 128 in the 6 at the double up. We have Craig Tuholski stepping up on lane 24. Trying to put something together to mitigate the difference here. And Craig missed a little short, leaving himself a 5-pin. And as that's happening, Ryan gets up, leaves himself a 10-pin. He's got 157 in the 7th. It's a chance to put a little bit of distance and get a little bit of a lead going into game 2. They will switch lanes after this game and run it back all over. Everybody can put their hands down because Craig did make the spare. And Ryan cleans up the spare. So it gives him 177 in the 8th with a max score of 227. Chris and Craig still have a max score of 224. Again, this is a 2-game match. So after this match is over, I'll clear the scores, put the first game score in, and we'll rerun the scoreboard. And total pins after 2 will advance to face Tanner Spacey and Matt Kaurin. And Craig stepping up in the 9th frame. After leaving a 5-pin, looks like he's made another step left. And it looks like it was a right big step left as he gets a strike. So they have 224 max. Ryan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. See you next weekend. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
June 21st, 1975.
Oh, my goodness.
Vic Condiotti, the same guy that took the picture of the Beatles fishing off the edge one in 64, took this photo.
Wow. That's amazing.
See, there's the golf scorecard.
Oh, yeah.
And this was during practice, but they wanted it to look
Like it was real, like it was during qualifying.
Nice.
Oh. Chris gets up, gets the first hit in the 10th.
Oh, okay. Not terribly far, but kind of far.
And as that was happening, Jake gets up and leaves the 5-10, first ball in the 10th.
The queens there. I drove to Catherine's first better way the next morning.
And gave it a good run, only got 1. So they're going to finish their first game with a total score of 204. So I'll put the 204 in here. We'll back their scores out while Chris is finishing up. Chris with a 10 pin, second ball in the 10th. Makes a spare. They're going to shoot 213 and take a slight 9-pin lead into the second game.
They are. I think they're last year.
And I'm sorry, I've never been somewhere where every staff member was so nice.
Good.
I'm like, are you guys all high on the top of the street? Because you guys are all so confused.
So 213 for Tuholski's, 204 for Klemsen Connor. 9-pin advantage for Chris and Craig going into the second game. Again, this is a 2-game total pin match.
I'm confident you're going to get cut. I'm like, well, honestly, going to start. I'm not optimistic, but you never know.
And I'm sorry, I pulled that shit in the house. I'm like, where's the friction? There is none here.
I was like, I'm so confused. I go back and go,
There's none. It's negative friction.
Angel the win? Yeah.
Oh, and monkey see, monkey do. Craig gets up in the first shot of the second game on the left lane, and he leaves himself a 5-7. See if Ryan can jump to an early start. Oh, and he trips out the 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, like everything for a strike. It's got that cash and everything.
Yeah.
Casino time. Did you stop yesterday?
I need to go fucking home and work out. I didn't work out today. So I go to the gym.
Did you stop yesterday?
Yeah, we stopped.
You wanted to watch the UFC?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh, you watch Patty like whoop
Yeah, I
some.
was there to like 11.
Okay.
I was for $20.
Oh, that's
I
it.
watched the whole fight card.
You watched the whole fight card? Oh, cause yeah, okay.
I sat in the chair, so I was just chilling. Yeah.
Oh, at the sports book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bar in front of it wanted it was a minimum $200 for a booth, and it 75 4-drink minimum at one of those 2 tables. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit at those comfy chairs for 4 hours. I have to wash my seat and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm good. Yeah, they were nice.
Are you gonna get to? You gonna get to 24 before it closes?
Yeah, I'll leave right now. I should be home by 6.
They close at 8, right?
Yeah, home by 6, and then I put 1 hour, hour 15. I started working out yesterday, so we're going to work out today. Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it. See you.
You back tomorrow? Monday? Oh, tomorrow night? Alright, I might be in. Alright.
I'll see you Tuesday. Looks like Craig's struggling on this left lane a lot. Another runaway Brooklyn 2-8. Brian got that shot right a little bit quicker, faced up and struck. Take an early lead. They got a 21-pin lead, potentially going to be 41.
So I bowled that mid tournament at Super 10. Maybe. So that week,
Craig is unable to make that spare.
I bowled that mid. Okay, so yeah,
So we got Jay coming up on the right lane, trying to push the team lead a lot more. Looks like he likes it, and you can see why. Splits 8-9. Another strike for Klemsen Connor. Some front 4. Tuholski's having a couple opens early. Must strike time. I think they're going to need a strike for the next 10 minutes or so to have a chance here. And Chris gets one that goes through the break point. Leaves a 2-4-5. Again, this is a remnants of a 42-foot pattern that had about a 28 mils of oil, and it was about a 3.5 to 1 ratio. So we've had 6 games of qualifying, with about 30 games on the pair. We've had another 16 games on each pair with match play. So we're at that 40-50 games with practice on each pair. They didn't get broken down very well in qualifying. So we could see there's places to play, but we also see that Ryan and Jake did kind of struggle on the left lane a little bit, go to the right lane, and just like any Baker, one lane could be better than the other, and they're fully taking advantage of that good lane. It's a front 5. What?
Why are we doing the game and then
Why not? Why would we do an alternate frame Baker game? Because no Baker games are ever bowled alternate frames.
Right.
If you bowl a college Baker match, you're bowling one lane, the other team's bowling the other. So why would you? Is that Baker? Baker double step ladder for like probably 6-7 years.
Hey, get your thumb out of there. He took his thumb out of there too.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it makes no sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense to go like alternate lane. Like even the pro team matches, right? They're bowling, one team's bowling a game on the left lane, one team's on the right lane. Like the whole every other frame makes zero sense. It almost is like why you bowl 2 games. You might as well just bowl one game. This way you get a full game on one lane, a full game on the other lane. You can see exactly what one lane's better than the other. And one team is in a good lane, a little bit better than the other. Yeah. I hope so. I mean, we got 2 more matches after this, so total 4 games. Yeah, thereabouts. You guys got league or?
Yeah. If everyone landed not too worried about it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I mean, we're finishing up this match. I'll get the others on right away. You know, we'll get moving as quickly as we can. But I would say probably, yeah, 5:30, 5:45. Oh my goodness. And Chris and Craig step up and they double. And Jake leaves a 4-pin. So this match is getting closer as it gets towards the end. Again, as the machine would tell us, it's not how we start, it's how we finish. Chris and Craig have a chance to shoot 237. They do have a 9-pin lead. So that would mean Jake and Ryan would have to shoot 247. And Craig steps up and makes another great shot. Jake makes a spare. Oh boy, that's not what we have going on here. 6, strike 8. Oh, Chris gets a 10 out. Important hit there. Super important hit. Making sure we have these scores right. 177. So 237 max for Chris and Craig. Jake and Ryan are going at 239 pace. Oh my goodness! Chris with a huge break on the scout on the 10. That's going to put them in the 230s. It's going to force Jake to get this hit to win. Jake Klemsen needs this strike to win the match. And Chris gets up and just gets an 8 count to finish out the game. Gives him a score of 448 total, 235 that game. Jake gets up, gets his 2. They end up with 431. Brings on a match between Tuholski's and Tanner and Mac. Finish today. Moving on, Chris and Craig to face Tanner Spacey and Kaurin. Tanner and Mac, you get 5 total shots and you'll have lane choice.
I start with 2-0, I'll let him ride. Yesterday, John's like,
Disqualified.
we'll take one of y'all.
Hey, we're not bowling.
I told that if you yet.
It's like 6 inches in front of the ball return. It just wobbles up and going, no, it's funny. Okay?
It's goofy.
He's fucking weird. Max a weird. Insane.
Baby's first check.
It is fine. You were 130 over.
He carried
He
it.
only went 20 over.
I don't care what anybody says. I think that would have been impressive stuff. We bowled
It
an
would
entire
have been
season
hilarious.
and made the points, made the grand finals on points, and never got a check.
Oh, I
How
went
many
up to him.
times did you finish just outside? I would have probably
I went up to him and I'm like, thanks for donating for 10 tournaments.
But to me, that's your finishing.
Closely.
He was 26th in points going into today. So it's like, if you never finish shitty enough to not get points, I would
I know. You're up there.
That's high. And the first time I good. I thought you went at first.
Did you watch today?
I thought you went first. And I saw you make match play here.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't come down and like the next tournament after guys or whatever. That's why I was like,
He's like, personally?
Hey, that integrity. Stay off my camera.
Integrity Farms.
Stay off my camera.
What's the slogan for Integrity Farms?
Stay off my camera and the 20 million people watching.
I'll watch that for you. I can't remember.
So we got Chris and Craig versus Mac and Tanner. Chris and Craig started off 9 spare, 9. And Tanner and Mac started off strike. So again, 2-game match. It's early in the match. Let's see what's going to happen here. And Tanner goes a little bit high on that shot, leaving a 3-6. Okay. You need a ladder and a step stool. That's funny, Craig. All right, scores are now updated. Both teams are in the 5th frame. And we have a slight lead early for Tanner and Mac, 9-pin lead. And Tanner gets up, makes a great shot, leaves a 4-pin. And we're looking at points because we're looking at the feasibility. Can Craig get into the top 24? So Craig was only 90 pins behind Nick Losley, so he's going to pass Nick Losley. He's going to pass Corey Hall. He's going to pass Jason Hollingsworth. He's going to pass Andy Solberg and Kean Pryor. It looks like Craig Tuholski, on the strength of at least finishing 3rd or better, is going to make the top 24 grand finals this year. What's even more impressive about that from the Craig perspective, besides the fact that he's dancing, he's a maniac on the bowling floor. But, you know, getting back to reality, this is Craig's 4th tournament. Craig's bowled 3 tournaments, cashed 3 times, made 3 match plays. And now it's the 4th tournament, cashed 4 times, made 4 match plays. His first step ladder finals of the year. Chris Tuholski is 5th. He's currently on the cusp of our Player of the Year points list. We have Player of the Year, and then we also do an all-star team for the top 5 in points. Chris has previously bowled 6 tournaments, and he's cashed 6 times, made match play 6 times, had 2 step ladders, and does have a win earlier this year. So definitely have some things going on here. So Chris is an OBA All-Star right now, and done it in just about half the tournaments bowled. This is his 7th event, so really good showing for Chris throughout the year in a limited amount of time. Same thing with Craig. Had some regionals up against us, and they prioritized the bigger events, and rightfully so. Craig recently has turned 50, so makes sense to be out there and taking a stab at all those young old guys out there. And Chris being a former regional player of the year and a consistent contender, it makes sense for him to chase those as well. Looking at the rest of the people, Tanner hasn't bowled many of our tournaments this year, but we all know how good Tanner is. Mac has bowled 6 events this year. He's cashed 3 times. He's made 1 stepladder finals. He's got one of the higher averages in the organization this year at 216.6. That's probably in the top 10 in averages of people that have bowled a large number of games. So today we did have Nick Losley bowled himself into the top 24, as well as Craig Tuholski. Looks like Rich Corwin's going to move himself up in the top 24, so he's probably going to be safe. Outside looking in, looks like it's going to be Jason Hollingsworth and Andy Solberg at this point in time. I'll have a finalized points list updated shortly after this event's over, and we'll see for sure. So what that means for those watching top 24 is all year long we run points for our members, and those that make the top 24 make the grand finals, where it's a guaranteed check for all of them, and it's our largest paying event of the year. And looking at what's happening in the match, we had Tanner got up and left that 4-9. Got one of them, and then Max steps up right behind it and leaves a 5-7. So again, like I saw the last match, anything can happen. The ebbs and flows of Baker. Definitely looks like Chris has been pretty locked in, and Craig's found some confidence, and they got a possible 247 this game. Matt gets one on the spare, and that leaves him with 144 in the 8th, with the possibility of shooting 204. Oh, and Chris gets up and labels the shot and leaves a brutal 8-pin. And Tanner gets up in the 9th frame, goes slightly high, leaves the 6-9. Chris makes a spare. So that puts him and Craig in the 220s. And Tanner makes a spare. They got a max score of 194. So Chris gets 8 on the fill ball, gives him and Craig an opening game score of 224. Matt gets the first strike in the 10th. For their confidence to be really, really good for Mac here to get this double in the 10th, to get them at 194 and be only down 30 going into the second game. Unfortunately, he's not able to do that. So, assuming a spare for Mac, we're going to put them at down by 40, down by 41. So that puts them at 183, so they're down 41. So Chris and Craig have had a good run at doubles this year. They finished 4th in our opening event of the year. I believe they finished 5th in our doubles in January down in Salem. And going to improve upon those finishes this year. Yes, sir. Huh? I mean, I would try to keep it somewhat within the match, right? But I mean, that's
See, in the last match, we just had momentum going. So
no. I mean, I'm not going to say slow down, right? I mean, they can bowl a little bit quicker too. Like,
but you don't want us to be like 3 or 4 frames.
I don't want you to be in the 8th frame and then being in the 3rd frame, right? But I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case. But yeah, I don't want you sitting there and like somebody using a fake re-rec rule to try to, you know, slow down momentum too, you know.
I can't believe my kid is still passed out.
I have the staff down there too, keeping an eye. I asked them to keep an eye out. But
I mean, she hasn't moved, man.
she's fine. Yeah, I know. She's out. She's. We good? Yeah, I mean, there's.
I bumped the capping.
I saw you bump the cap. I didn't see your foot go over on the left side.
Yeah.
So, and if he says you're good, then he had a better view than I did.
Well, I went around and made sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, and even if I replay it on here, I'm not going to really see anything. So, yeah, you're good. So Craig hit the cap there, and the cap made the foul light go off on the left lane. So we're just trying, you know, they were just trying to make sure that shot was good. And Tanner said he saw it and saw no foul there. Really stand up at Tanner to do that, and then take that really crappy break after that. So that really kind of stinks. But you know, at the end of the day, character matters, and you know, you see that a lot, and we got a lot of high character people that bowl our tournaments. So and there you have it. That's why you throw a bowling ball 30 miles an hour. Amazing spare by Tanner there. Again, they're down 41 after one. They're down another 19 so far this game. But you always wonder if a spare like that's going to be a catalyst to jumpstart some sort of little run, right? Like, you know, it doesn't look like Mac's got a very good look, and Mac then they're big fours there. So as much as I'm saying you never know if that's going to give a little bit of run, well, then Mac does that and, you know, takes any of that momentum away. And Craig gets up, makes another good shot, gets a 10 to fall. I just want different versions of it too, though. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sean. Fuck you. Hey, I have the YouTube rating not for kids, so we should be okay. Oh, and Chris and Craig double in the 6th and 7th frame. Mac and Tanner double in the 5th and 6th frame. Making some sort of match out of this, or at least finishing quickly. And at this point, that shot's not going to hurt Chris and Craig much. 158 in the 6th. 40 pins, and plus another at least 30 so far this game. So. Mac with the triple. Don't call it a comeback. Mac scored 244. Means Chris and Craig would need to shoot 204. Craig gets 8 pins on this shot. It's Lock City, and we're going on to, and they get a strike. Alright, so Mac and Tanner going to finish 3rd. Chris and Craig are going to move on to face Jordan Yoke and Jared McNeal for the title. Market 0. Alright, so Mac and Tanner are going to finish up with 220 game. Chris and Craig are going to finish up the game with 246. I'll figure out how to get the score right here.
It's mostly because I'm German.
Congratulations to Tanner Spacey and Kaurin in third place finish today.
Boo.
Oh.
Chris and Craig will move on to face our tournament leaders, Jared McNeal and Jordan Yoke. You guys will get 5 total shots each on the barrel. You get to choose which team you want to start on.
Dial it down. Fire. That's pretty cool. The Richter scale can't handle it.
Should we jump as high as we can?
Belly bump.
You're getting older. You might break something.
That was it right there.
Yeah, you broke the approach. Now it's fouling. We don't need another fucking half handle fix like they did up 20 feet. They don't need any more of those landmines.
Put his fist to the wall.
I think they figured it out. I heard you also. I also heard you. I also heard you. Well, I think they might have realized that at 60 years old, if he tries that again, he's just shattering his brain. If he does it again, he'll just shatter his wrist and he'll never have to see it again. I mean, it's not my job.
Come on, Jared. Victory for the victory. Come on, man. Let's do this.
Yeah, probably. All right, here we are, our title match. We have Jared McNeal and Jordan Yoke versus Chris and Craig Tuholski. 2 games, total pins. Winner gets the OBA title. And as we can see, Jordan and Jared elected to start on the left lane. Let's talk about qualifying real quick. Talk about Jordan and Jared and what they did in qualifying today. As Craig gets up and strikes the first ball in the 10th. Jordan and Jared qualified 3rd at plus 214 on games of 462, 395, 430, 446, 425, and 456. Individually, Jared was 139 over. Jordan was 75 over. But they really turned it on when it got to match play. They shot 512 the first game and won all 50 bonus points. They shot 423 and won all 50 bonus points. And they shot 449, only got 10 of the bonus points. And then to finish the day, they went 268, 279 to shoot a whopping 547 to get all 50 bonus points and lead the tournament by 212 pins. So they led the tournament. They've been sitting around waiting for this opportunity. Now it's their turn to try to get up and take the momentum away from Chris and Craig. Both teams will start this game off with a double. Amazing how this pair went from being a really, really difficult scoring in match play to now all of a sudden all matches it seems like players have been able to get to the pocket fairly easily. Oh, and that shot from Craig just absolutely read it the right way. Faced up and got through the pins good. And we got Papa Tuholski holding his little grandbaby. Chris and Craig are switching off in between shots as to who gets the holder. She just woke up from a long nap. She pretty much was asleep the entire match play. It was cool to see father and son with granddaughter, daughter. Oh, Jared with a good shot. They did a little shaker 9-7 pin. Jared Feld.
Yeah, the light's coming on 23. Oh, okay. That's the only reason I'm giving you shit, because it's this light. Okay, so anytime it goes off, I'm like, if it doesn't go off on the right lane, because it's always in the left lane, if it goes off the right lane, I'm going to be like, I'm not looking at the light, I'm looking at what it's the left lane.
height come up. We'll see.
You guys could probably call them and tell them to turn the lights off at this point. All right, back with you. Update the scores here. We have an erroneous foul light going off, so when we hear that going off, it's not that anybody's fouling. It's all right, so Jared gets back on it after spare and an open. We had Jared and Jordan going double, spare, open, strike. Chris and Craig, 4-bagger, open, strike. Chris and Craig have a 29, let's call it, we don't even know what to call it. It could be 7 if Jordan strikes here. 17 or 7. Oh, and he rolls a 2 out of the 210, but doesn't get the double. So Chris and Craig have a 17-pin lead after 5 frames, with Craig up in the 6 on a strike, chance to extend the lead. And Craig gets a strike, doubles up, extends the lead from 17 to 27.
I'll see you at.
All right, bro.
No, I'll see you before that.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. What?
Okay. I was just like, hopefully there's nothing in it.
No, the rest of it's in my fanny pack.
Well, that's why I was like, hopefully there's nothing in that.
All right. Chris gets up, goes a little bit high, leaves a 3-pin on that shot. Makeable spare. They have a 26-pin lead. Jared getting up in the 7th, giving himself a chance to cut into that lead a little bit, and he does get a strike. Sets the team up for a chance to cut into that lead. And Jordan steps up, gets a double to close the lead down to 17. Craig with a 4-pin in the 9th frame. And Jordan doubles to cut into the lead. And Craig cleans up the spare. They have a max score of 231. Jared and Jordan have a max score of 236 this game. Jordan up in the 9th frame to cut into the lead. Jared struck his last 2 shots on that lane and 3 out of the last 4. And all 5 shots he's thrown this game have all been in the pocket. He struck 4 times, left a 7-pin on the only one that didn't strike. So Chris is up in the 10th frame. Chance to shoot 231. And gets a 6 count. Leaves the full bucket. On a spare, loses a little bit of count. Jordan up to give themselves a chance to take the lead going into the second game. And he got that ball out on the lane a little bit and never read it, and it's 210. If he misses them all, he shoots 200. Gets one, he shoots 202. And a spare gives him 214 max. And Chris only gets 3 out of the spare. So it gives Chris and Craig a score of 206. And Jordan steps up and makes the spare. And with the strike, that's going to put them in the 2 teens, which will give them a slight lead going into the and again tried lofting it down the lane, get it through that little hook spot. Gives them 211. So it's a 5-pin match. Jordan and Jared have a 5-pin lead heading into the final game of the tournament. It's exciting, folks. 1 game, 5 pins, 1 OBA title. And Craig gets over there, and that ball hooked a ton off his hand. It went Brooklyn, but he did get the strike. And Jared gets big 4 minus a 7-pin first ball. Gets the 2 of them. And Chris makes a 5-pin. So Chris and Craig start out strike spare, gives them 20. Jordan Yoke up in the second frame, working on the team open. And that ball hooked early for him too. Fortunate to break up the split, leaving only the 4-7. It's a makeable spare. Craig looks like he's taking another step and another step. And another step. Oh, we lost our camera here. Hold on just a second. Get our camera fixed. All right, we gotta fix the camera here. Sorry about that. Craig left a 4-pin that first shot. We're working to get our camera. All right, and Craig makes a spare. So all he missed at that was Craig leaving the 4-pin, and he made the spare. Jordan has not thrown a ball yet in the third frame. So Tuholski's have right now a 10-pin lead in this game, and they were down 5 the first game. So slight lead, slight edge to the Tuholskis, with Jared working on a spare, third frame. That ball saw the spot, hooked early again too. 7 count. It's like he needs to make a ball change or change the angle through the front a little bit so it doesn't hook so soon. Chris looks like he went a little bit more speed. Got an 8 count. So again, it goes to show how we can get locked in on one lane and lost on another lane. As they were striking at will on the right lane until they weren't. It's a critical spare for Jared. Tough spare. Throws a spare ball hard and straight at it. Looks like he's going to get all 3. Calmly makes the spare, walks back off it. Chris and Craig, after 2 frames, have a 13-pin lead. And you heard Chris yell for 2. He wasn't super confident off his hand, but he did make the spare. Now we got Jordan up in the 4th frame working on a spare. Wants to get a strike so they can try to cut into this little deficit that they have right now. And Jordan absolutely pures that shot. Gets a strike. Craig, after that 4-pin, looks like he took another step to the left. He's standing somewhere in Nowheresville. He might be in Kelso right now, trying to throw the ball back in Longview. And looks like somewhere between Kelso and Longview was pretty close. He did get his hand all the way around that one, so it didn't really see it the right way, but it was a good shot. He's keeping it in the pocket, not making any mistakes, which is huge right now in this close match. And the pace and everything slowed down considerably now as we're finishing up our tournament, our games. Craig and Chris have 76 in the 4th with the spare in the 5th. And Jared's up on the right lane working on a strike. Chance to bring the match even. He's taking his time. He's gone high the last 2 shots on this lane. Let's see what type of move he makes. Looks like he's got the same ball in his hand. All right, Jared taking his time, making sure he's cool, calm, and collected to make this shot. Looks like he made a little bit of a move. And that was a problem on today. The move that made sense, didn't see it the right way and typically ended up light, leaving a 2-5 combination. And that's what Jared just got there too. It's a good move, good shot, just did not see the lane. Chris off his last shot, 3-6. Looks like he got the ball down the lane a little bit further. Made a good shot and left a solid 9-pin. And Jared makes the spare. So I'll give a recap after 5 frames. They got 66 in the 4th with a spare in the 5th. Chris and Craig have 76 in the 4th, 95 in the 5th with a spare in the 6th. In what looked like people were striking pretty much at will the last game, we've had 2 strikes through 11 shots this game. Jordan a little bit more direct on that shot, up the lane a little bit, really good shot. Leaving a solid 10-pin. Okay. So Craig has hit the pocket the last couple shot, or the last shot, with kind of a half 10, weak 10. Let's see what he does on this shot. Oh yeah, that looks like it shaped up a lot better. Manipulated his hand, got a little bit of touch into it. It's a good shot by Craig. Jordan, critical spare here. And he calmly steps up and makes the spare. Chris in the 8th frame, working off that 9-pin he just left. Expect him to get loud if he gets a strike here. And through the face, doesn't get the break to break down the big split. It's got the 4-6. Pops is telling him just to go ahead and get one of them. Counts critical here. I'm going to say he gets one. That'll put him at 143 in the 8th. And still have a little bit of a lead right now. So yeah, one puts him at 143 in the 8th. Their bonus game a little bit quicker, so they're a couple frames ahead of Jared and Jordan. Chris and Craig have been there. Oh, great shot for Jared in the 7th frame. Little ring 10 for himself. So the uniqueness of this Baker format, Chris and Craig want to keep their momentum going. Jared's kind of slowed down their team's pace a little bit, taking his time. Both solid strategies. Make sure you make the best shots you possibly can. Craig up in the 9th frame. And can't do it any better than that. Craig makes a really good shot. Sets up Chris to double the 10th for a max score of 203. Jared makes a spare. They have a max score of 214. And they have a 5-pin advantage going into this match, so. Oh, okay, he makes a spare. So Chris wants to get up. I know Chris really well right now. He wants to get up and he wants to get a triple. He wants to make him think about these last 3 shots they're going to throw. And I think for them to win, this is a must-have right here. And 9 count. And Jordan steps up and labels that shot. That was a no-doubter. Super pure, super amazing, super good. Set the stage for you here in just a second. Chris makes a spare. They have 183 as a max score. Chris strikes. Said 183 max score. They're down 5 pins, which means that Jared and Jordan would need to shoot 179. If they stay clean and mark out, I know they can win. And Chris with a 7 count finishes with 180 that game. Team score finishes up as a total of 386. So the situation is this: Jared and Jordan need 176 to win a title. They're currently at 184 pace. That just looked like a really nervous shot. He left it. He's fortunate he broke up the 310. That one just looked like it was really, really nervous. Fortunate to break up the split. She's got a 3-pin to deal with. Make your spare and put it on your partner to get a mark and seal off the title for you. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Alright, here's our scenario. Jordan Yoke needs to step up in the 10th frame, get a double and 4 for his team to win the title. If he doesn't double, Chris and Craig will win this month's OBA. Shot was left off his hand, and he gets the break. He gets a break and gets a Brooklyn strike. Jordan needs a strike to win this month's OBA. And he leaves a 5-7, and Chris and Craig have won this month's Oregon Bowlers Association, our doubles title at Triangle Bowl in Longview, Washington. Amazing bowling to Jordan and Jared. Congratulations, Jordan and Jared, on your second place finish. Great bowling today, guys. Bowled amazing all day. And taking home our doubles titles this month. Congratulations to Chris and Craig Tuholski. And I believe to say congratulations to Craig as well. I believe you got yourself in the grand finals too, buddy.